Hi, this is Kass Allen. Welcome to the Kass Allen Radio Show. I am so delighted to be here with you live tonight. And what can I say? There is so much to talk about. Do you know that the circles of friends in America are shrinking? That's right. Did you know that the recent study has just shown that most Americans have less friends now than they did 20 years ago? In fact, they have 1/3 less friends. That means, whereas 20 years ago there were 3 friends, now there are only 2. Check it out. Look around you. Where is that missing person? And the other thing is, we're going to be talking about how 50% more Americans rely on no one. That is, they have not a single confidant. Not a single confidant. So we're going to be speaking with an expert on that. She has written a new book. It's called Bailing Out of the Friendship. Why Americans are going it alone. Speaking of which, with these shrinking circles of friends, has this affected our compassion level? Because it seems that we are doing something in the United States that's rather insensitive. We seem to be dropping patients in their hospital gowns and pushing them out of vans onto sidewalks on Skid Row. Who knew? Kaiser Permanente is just dumping the patients, and some of them have mental illness, and you know, I think they ought to bring in those Grey's Anatomy doctors, don't you? They could straighten the whole thing out, because here's what they'd do. One of them would fall in love with the patient and have a deep, torrid sexual affair while the patient is still in the hospital bed. And just at the point when they're going to take the patient and dump them at Skid Row, no, the doctor would cut the lifeline and make sure that the patient dies in the hospital. It would also give 10 or 12 good follow-up episodes where that doctor can process how bad she feels that she just offed this person. And we at home can cry because we relate to that patient. We identify with the patient because every doctor we've ever had reminds us of a doctor who would cut off our lifeline. Just cut it right off. What's up with the Fenway Park guys? They don't want women breastfeeding up in the bleachers. They're kicking the gals out that are breastfeeding their little children. And I say, hey, that's not fair, guys. All the women are doing is trying to feed those little babies. Would you deny a baby her meal? I don't think so. So why do they make a ruckus and decide they want to get her out? And how come breastfeeding rights people are protesting at airports and everywhere in public all over this country? I'll tell you why. I know why those men bumped those women out of the bleachers. I think they're jealous. They want to be right where those babies' lips are. They won't care if it's a fly ball or a ground out or even a walk. They're getting what they've always wanted. And so just because they can't be there, they're just going to try to ruin it for the girls, right? It's kind of a tit for tat. Well, if I can't have that, then neither can that baby. So they're bouncing the baby out. And I think that's pretty weird, especially since those guys on those baseball fields don't think anything of walking around, touching all their body parts. If they're not grabbing on their balls, they're tugging at their penises. And if they're not doing that, they're straightening out that package. And if they're not doing that, they are spitting right in the direction of the camera. Why do they wait for that big hunk of spit to get right in the middle of their lips to let it fall right out? And what the hell is Terry Francona eating?